Alright, here's problem 17. It says M is the midpoint of LN and KP. That means it's in the dead center of LN. Well, let's find LN in the picture. LN. M is in the center. That means this length and that length are exactly the same. Those are congruent to one another. They're the same length. It also says it's the midpoint of KP. Here's KP. So this length here to KM is the same as MP. They're the same length, so I'm going to use two markings so I don't confuse it with that guy. And there. Now what it wants to know is what theorem or postulate would allow us to prove that KML, well, let's find where KML is. KML, this triangle right here, right there, KML. What's going to allow us to prove that that triangle is congruent to P to M to N? So we're trying to prove those are congruent. Now what they've done is, notice they've thrown this line down the center sort of to confuse us, to mess up the picture. But since I'm concentrating on just this triangle and this triangle here, I'm not really worried about that. Notice that really doesn't play a part in whether this triangle and that triangle are congruent. What I do notice is that when I remove that, my mind can more easily see that this angle is going to be equal to that angle because they're vertical angles. They cross like that, and top and bottom, they're vertical to one another. So that's a vertical angle there. Now notice you have sides matching, an angle matching, and then another side. So I know that this triangle and this triangle are congruent by side, angle, side. That allows me to do it, and that's going to be my option for what allows me to prove that the triangles are congruent. Side, angle, side.